First off, Gelita. Anybody miss Gelita? I do. So the state, we've got Holy Empire of Polis down here, right? As Iber is big into the Spanish and sometimes French, I think, influence. Polis, the state, is more so technologically advanced. So naturally speaking, I think the Swedish representations during Gustav and whatnot, that earlier period in the real world 30 years war is kind of a good fit for the state. You know, the state's got their industrial might under wraps. They know how to make armies. They know how to wield them, excuse me. And I think that really kind of centers around, you know, how Gustav was doing the same thing at the time. At least in my mind, that's what I came up with. But yeah, some close-ups of these people. I've got some names written down for these. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with that, but the command elements within the little battalions here have some themes going on with them. But really, all I'm doing here again is adding some tech backpacks. I've got some Mechanicus backpacks up front, some 30K backpacks in the rear, and I've got some different variations in pikes. Got some thoughts on those ecto pikes versus electro pikes. So the ones wrapped in wire are doing some damage to some of those ghostly elements out there, because like I said, this is very much chaos influenced world. So these guys know how to fight, you know. Definitely are not scared, or maybe once they've been through a couple of wars, definitely not against fighting some demons or some ethereal forces, right? So, and in the back, we've got some gene modified post-humans, right? I went back and forth, and I talked to Dark Isle about this a little bit. I went back and forth on the thought of, are there Astartes? Are there Space Marines on this planet? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm still not 100% sure on that. I had originally thought maybe there's some Blood Angels that have been stranded here from, you know, maybe the Horus Heresy, or maybe they thrown into, you know, a warp wormhole or something and spit out here. I don't know. I think that's a little much. I can kind of go down some rabbit holes, and I've got to pull myself out of those. But where I landed right now is, I think the 28 community is pretty cool, and we can do whatever we want to. So if somebody wants to put, you know, a lone or a rogue Space Marine in the setting, I think we could pull it off, you know. My guys that are going to be rolling around in this type of armor are not going to be Astartes. They're just going to be gene modified superhumans. I think that's kind of metal. That's kind of dark. So these guys, you know, obviously have the best of everything. They're going to have the most gene modified stuff. Yeah, and real world historically, I think, like I said, Swedish. If you're looking for influences of character, I would say probably these guys actually are going to resemble the Holy Roman Empire of the time. So the Habsburgs, you know, these are very much ones always hungry, always vying for power. Now, of course, like I said, they act more like a 20th century political nation, if that says anything to you, you know. But I've definitely drawn from some inspirations of the Holy Roman Empire in Swedish clothes, rolling around with an Eastern European name, right? So yeah, you can basically do whatever the heck you want, and we could fit it in somehow, I guess is what I'm getting at. I've just gone this route because of what I've bought and what I've read and kind of how I'm fitting this together. So anyways, that's the foot infantry. I've got some cavalry down here. I won't go through it, but just real quick over, if you can see them. Again, backpack replacements, weapon replacements, head replacements, easy stuff. Because my goal, as I didn't state before, is to get all these on the board. I want to start putting out some content. I might talk about this in a later video. I want to start putting out some content, you know, some vignettes of some skirmish stuff, some character-on-character battles, do some story-driven elements. And I just think putting armies on the field, especially in 28 millimeter, it looks so cool. I mean, just the formations alone. I come in here and look at this sometimes, and I think it's enjoyment enough, let alone when they're painted. Anyways, I'm rambling and we'll go into the next video.